If you would have told me that 1 year ago Netflix stock was going to go down 46%, I would not have believed you because just a few months ago, you guys, Netflix was in a complete different scenario. You take a look at on their heyday about how they were potentially about to buy Warner Brothers, how they were about to be one of the biggest media companies ever. And now, even though there's no particular bad news that really alarms me about Netflix, you take a look at their stock price, it's come down 46%. Netflix is almost about to trade in the $60 range, you guys. That is crazy to me, especially for a company that is growing their revenues by 16%. Their net operating margins is still growing, yet the overall stock price is going lower. And initially, I was thinking about, okay, what has happened with this particular company? Yes, they lost out on the Warner Brothers deals. Yes, they went ahead and when you take a look at their margins, it has come down from 34% to 32%. Yet that is still pretty darn high. Like, not gonna lie, if you told me, there's a company out there that trades at a 23 PE ratio, but it has a operating margin of 32%, I would be pretty happy with those results. And you're also telling me that it has a record subscriber number right now. I would not be sad about having those numbers for a company. And initially, I was not planning to invest in Netflix. It wasn't even on my radar at all. But because of the stock price coming down so low, and you take a look at this week again, it's come down lower. And it's come to a point where at a certain price point, I might buy into Netflix. And here's why I do like Netflix. The parts about Netflix that I am excited about is that I don't see this company going anywhere. All right. Like, I don't see this disappearing off the face of the earth. The main reason why is that this is one of those companies I do believe can make money during good economy and during bad economy. What I mean by this is that even during a recession, I don't expect people to cancel out of their Netflix subscription. In fact, when I remember back in 2020, it was one of those times where I was really surprised about how Netflix was able to still increase their earnings even in a time period like 2020, even during high unemployment. This was a point in time where I was super shocked at how impressive this company was. Because I was expecting that during bad economies that people would go ahead and cancel out of their Netflix membership. That did not happen. And when I take a look at, is the company growing overall? Is this a company that is, has it stalled in growing? But when I take a look at double digit growth of 16% revenue growth, that is pretty darn impressive. And it's come to a point where all the bad things that are coming out from Netflix stock, for a company that trades at double digits and is at a 23 PE ratio, when you think about it at a certain point, it's like, how much lower can Netflix go? It's already gone down 46% a year ago. Is it going to go down to 50, 60, 70%? Because at this point in my head, I'm thinking if there are still people that are panic sellers in Netflix, they should have left the company a long time ago. Because this is a company that I still see growing in the media space. I still see having people signing up for Netflix accounts because the price point of Netflix is not that expensive. People don't mind having a Netflix account here and there. Now, if I was to end up adding Netflix into my portfolio, there's a couple things I need to go ahead and have my concerns about. The very first thing is opportunity cost because me putting my money into Netflix when it's currently in the penalty box right now, when it's currently in a negative narrative, and I don't see a catalyst, a positive catalyst at least, in sight. That is one of the big issues that could happen with Netflix because that opportunity cost, the money sitting inside of Netflix while it's just sitting on the sidelines is a big risk there because I could be putting my money in the Microsofts of the world or the Metas of the world who are currently also trading at a discount in comparison to the S&P 500. The second thing that I do have to worry about Netflix is the volatility. This is one of those companies that when they report their earnings to having huge fluctuations in the stock price. So I, as an investor, need to be aware that if I am getting into a company like Netflix, that I have to be aware that it could come down 10% or go up 10% after earnings report because of that volatility that is built into the company. Now, when it comes to the future vision of Netflix. Where do I see this company going? I still am expecting there to be more subscriber growth. The big concern is how fast are those subscriber growths going to happen? Because at a certain point, there's only a finite amount of people in the world, and the big question actually ends up being, have they reached their maximum potential? Like, is there more people on Earth to sign up for memberships for Netflix accounts, or have we kind of come to a point where all the people that could sign up for membership accounts with Netflix are there? They already have Netflix accounts.